Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juan the Yarn Addict, and today I present a Camp Boggy Creek crochet tutorial for what I'm calling the Little Tike's Pike Throw. It features a 1-row repeat using the pike stitch with an optional linen stitch border. The recommended yarn for this project is Bernat blanket or any super bulky number 6 weight yarn with an 8mm US letter L hook. Feel free to fast forward, rewind, replay, or use the timestamps in the show notes as necessary to retain the information shown in today's tutorial. Please remember to like and share the video to spread the word. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. Okay, so to get started, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. Once your slip knot is established, we're going to go ahead and chain a total of 95 chains. You're going to yarn over and slip through. Yarn over, slip through. That creates your chains. You need a total of 95 of those. For the purposes of this tutorial, I will only be chaining 15. So once I have my 15, I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I have my 15 chains. For you, you should have a total of 95 chains. And so from here, what we want to do is go into the third chain from the hook. So here's the first chain, here's the second one, and here is the third one. Take the tip of our crochet hook and insert it into that third chain. We're going to draw a loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and go through one only. Yarn over and go through both of those remaining loops. From there, we are going to chain 1. We're going to skip the next chain and go into the following chain with the tip of our crochet hook, draw that loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. That's the pike stitch. From here we are going to chain 1, skip 1, and just repeat this process. Take the tip of our crochet hook, go into that chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. From here, we're just going to chain 1 and continue 1. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of the chain right here in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So I'm nearing the end of row number 1. I have 2 chains remaining. I have done my pike stitch with the chain 1 there, and so I'm going to skip the next chain and go into the very last chain with the tip of my crochet hook. I'm going to draw that loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. And so that concludes row number 1. So as I mentioned, this is a 1-row repeat, but from here to go to row number 2, what we need to do is take our hook and our work and chain 2. From here, we are going to turn the page. We're going to flip over. And if you look at the stitch that we just created, these are like little V's. So what you want to do is you want to go into the V with the tip of your crochet hook. Just take the tip of your crochet hook, go right into that V, draw the loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, and go through 2. From here, we're going to chain 1 and jump over to the next V. If you have to, just pull it apart a little bit. Just take the tip of your crochet hook and insert it right into that V, draw the loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. And chain 1. So your chains should line up on top of one another as well as your stitches. All the stitches and the chains line up on top of each other. So we're just going to repeat that process. We're just going to go right into our V. If you have to, once again, just pull it apart so you can see. Go right into that space with the tip of your crochet hook, draw that loop, yarn over, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2. Chain 1 and repeat that process. So continue on with that. And I shall see you at the end of the row right here in just a moment. Okay, so I am back. I'm nearing the end of row number 2. I just have this 1 stitch remaining. And so I'm just going to take my work and go right into that stitch, draw the loop, go through 1, yarn over, go through 2, just like that. And so as I mentioned, this is a 1-row repeat pattern. So at the end of the row, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and just continue repeating this process. So just to show you what this looks like on a slightly larger scale, I'm just going to crochet several additional rows off camera, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I've crocheted several additional rows. Before we proceed any further, I have to tell you that if you plan on making this blanket with the linen stitch border, you're going to need a total of 63 rows. If you do not plan on putting the linen stitch border on your project, you need a total of 65 rows. And one way to assure that you have an odd amount of rows, which is what you need for the linen stitch, your tail and your working yarn should be on the same side of your work. That will guarantee you an odd number, okay? So from here, what we need to do is take our work and we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to cut a tail. I'm going to take my hook and pull away from my work. I'm going to grab my yarn, pinch and pull down, and it creates this knot that will not come out. So I'm going to take 1 second and sew in my end. I'll be right back in just a second. Okay, I am back. I've sewn in my ends. I'm still on the same side, and now we're ready to place the border on our work. So from here, I'm going to move on to a contrasting color. For my project, I'm choosing white. Feel free to use any color you'd like. And so from here, what we're going to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. Once your slip knot is established, we're going to go ahead into this far corner right here with a standing single crochet. So we're going to pick up our work. This is a chain 2. What we want to do is go next to the stitch into this space right here with the tip of our hook. Draw up that loop. You have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and go through both loops just like that. From here, we are going to chain 1 and go in between the stitches with single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So from here, let's jump to the space in between the stitches, insert a single, chain 1, let's go to the next space in between the stitches with a single, chain 1, and we're going to continue that process all the way across until we get to the next corner, just like this. Chain 1, go into the space with a single, chain 1, and now we are at the next corner. So there is no chain 2 space right here in the corner, but what we do have is this far side of the stitch. So we are going to go right into the side of the stitch just like that with a single crochet. We are going to chain 2. We are going to swivel our work around and go right back into that space with a single crochet. Now on the sides of our work, every row will receive a single crochet, chain 1. All right, so from here we're going to chain 1, and this second row right here will receive a single chain 1. So let's pick up our work and take a look. We are going to go right into that space right next to the stitch. Right there, this is the chain 2. We're going to go underneath that chain 2, insert a single, chain 1. The next row here does not have a chain 2, but what we are going to do is go right into that space right here. Insert a single, chain 1, and we're just going to repeat this process, making sure that every row receives a single, chain 1. Right here, single, chain 1. Once you do a few rows, you'll know exactly where to place your hook. Single, chain 1. We're just going to go right here. Single, chain 1. And this row here will also receive a single, chain 1. Now to come around, we're going to go into this last chain right here. Just going to go right into that space with a single, chain 2. We're going to swivel our work around, and we're going to go right back into that chain with a single crochet. From here, we're going to chain 1 and go right in between the spaces like we've done on this side right here. So let's go into the space with a single, chain 1, and just repeat that process, inserting singles, chain 1s in between the stitches. Single, chain 1. We're almost at the next corner. Okay, So I have a single, we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to go into this very last chain right here where my finger is, right there. We're going to go into that space with a single, chain 2, we're going to swivel our work around and go back into that space right here with a single crochet. And like this side here, every row will receive a single and a chain 1. So let's make sure to chain 1 first to come out of that corner, and then now we're going to go into that stitch with a single, chain 1. Every row will receive a single, chain 1, just like this. Single, chain 1, single, chain 1. We're almost at the next corner. Single, chain 1. Oops, let's move that tail out of the way there. Single, chain 1. Now we're back at the next corner, and so I have the chain 1 there. So now my next step is to go into this corner where our standing single is. Just go in there with a single crochet, and now to close off the round we need to do the half double crochet join. We're going to yarn over, go into the head of this stitch, making sure to pick up the front loop and the back loop. Just like that. It's a little hard to say, but both loops are there. Let's go ahead and draw that loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops just like that. And that concludes the very first round. Now for the border, it's only 2 rounds. So from here to move on to the second round, what we need to do is chain 1 and turn the page. Let's turn our work over. And so from here, what we want to do is go right into our corner with a single crochet. And then from here, what we want to do is chain 1 and go into the space in between the stitches with a single crochet. This is the linen stitch, for those who don't know. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And as you're working your stitches, if you notice, the backs of the stitches will actually straighten themselves out. You see how they're tightening up? That's what you want. So chain 1, go to the next space in between the stitches, chain 1, and just continue that process. Okay? So continue with that, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in between the stitches, and then in your corners it should be a single, chain 2, single. So continue on with that, and I will see you back at the beginning here in just a moment. Okay, so I am back, and I am just before the end of the round here. So I have a single here. I'm going to chain 1 and then jump to the corner, where in the corner I'm going to insert a single, and then I'm going to do the half double crochet join to the very first stitch of the round. I know it's a little hard to see because everything is in white, but we're going to yarn over and go into that first stitch, draw that loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And there we have it. So from here, what we want to do is chain 2, grab our scissors, cut a tail, pull the hook away from our work, pinch and pull down. And that concludes the second round of our border. So once you sew in the ends, you're completely done. This is the front side of the work, and this is what it looks like. Very, very nice. Just imagine this on a larger scale. So that is all I have for this tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, and of course share this video to spread the word about Boggy Creek and this tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, take care. Bye.